Alright, Joe here, welcome back to We Need to Talk. This is the show that looks at football on the internet over the past 7 days. 7 days that has seen Harry Kane's MySpace account get exposed. Jurgen Klopp checking where Manchester United finished. And you guys get VYB to 20,000 subscribers. Thanks very much. We asked for that on last week's video, didn't we? And we said we would do a fake transfer rumour throughout the summer. So at some stage, keep your eyes peeled, we are going to start leaking a fake transfer rumour into the press to see if any tabloids pick up on it. Either way, this week we need to talk about Celtic. As you guys know, the transfer season is fully underway. We here at Football Daily are cashing in big time. James Maddison to Man United, blacked out face, question mark. Temps, rock on. 160,000 views overnight. But most of the clubs tend to keep their cards pretty close to their chest. You don't really know what's going on at the top level. And this week, one club has really it. I don't know whether to call them a big club. I think they're a historically big club with a massive fan base. Yes, Celtic they've just had a total disaster. That's because their entire summer transfer plans, and I mean entire summer transfer plans, including their own players and players they're targeting, have been accidentally leaked online. In fact, not accidentally, deliberately leaked on Twitter. The document is basically minutes from a meeting on recruitment back in April, and it involves the top dogs. Neil Lennon's there, obviously the manager of Celtic. They've got CEO Peter Lowell, something like that, and ex-head of recruitment Lee Congerton. It's an interesting name. Either way, they're all listed under their initials. But this isn't Celtic's first leak. Obviously, Neil Lennon, back in like March sort of time, was complaining nearly every single week about his first team being consistently sent out to the press on Friday night. How about, Neil, you don't tell anyone? Don't tell anyone until Saturday or Sunday when the game happens. But he was moaning about the leak, and now he's completely lost it. Celtic are conducting an investigation into how the leak came about. Nobody yet knows. There's some conspiracy theories floating about. There are even rumours that this leak could end up with criminal prosecution. Now you can see the leak on your screen here. First and foremost, let's discuss that thumb, because it's vile. I don't know whose thumb it is. It looks like Dougie Critchley's nails, bitten right down. Dave Horner's cigarette fingers, yellow as they come. Disgusting thumb, but having said that, it's almost as grim as some of the players listed. Just awful. So let's run through some of the names. Now, you can see straight away scribbled out names, which means I imagine that Celtic aren't convinced or can't sign them. Reece James, gone. Obviously had a fantastic season. They obviously don't think they can get him on loan. Another name, Dedrick Boyata. They've crossed out. Likely to leave underneath there. At the bottom, Tomori. Now that would be an interesting signing. Obviously had a good season at Derby. Other names on here, Zanka relegated with Huddersfield. And you can properly see they've written like notes next to them. It's like sign up early if possible. Review at the end of the season. Potentially another loan required to spread funds. Not pretty reading. Page number 2, the name that caught my eye, Big Scott McTominay, scribbled out, Manchester United. It just says here, JK to investigate availability for season-long loan. No chance! Scott McSauce is staying at the club, and I want him starting at least 38 games next season. That would be every single match. Generally, the most high-profile names seem to be positive news, other than maybe a Tim Weah, who says, has done well. Really great analysis. But LC, I think that's Congerton, who was the previous head of recruitment, consider possibility of extending loan in summer is low. So Celtic fans, looks like you're going to lose Tim Weah. Zach, absolutely obsessed with Tim Weah because he managed to get one DM off him. Relax, Jalab. Looks like he's going back to PSG. Overall, it's pretty up and down. I just cannot believe they've actually leaked this. Like, how embarrassing for a major club like Celtic with a fan base like them to have this leaked. In fact, let's get Chris Hamill down here. We know he's a Celtic fan, and see what he's got to say about the matter. So we've got the resident Celtic expert down here, and despite the fact nobody cares about Celtic, and I won't hear otherwise, despite the fact Scott Brown's video somehow did 200,000 views. Shout Brunei! Let's run through some of these, and I'm going to throw some names at you. Gamboa, keep or sell, because it does say here contract expiring in the summer, no action required.
Yeah, he's gone. Chop.
Dead him off. Benkovic, going back to Leicester City, according to this. What do you think about that?
Well, Brendan Rodgers said he could stay on loan, and he owes us, doesn't he, for being a slippery snake, so hopefully he stays.
Uncham. Consider letting go if offers are received. I thought he was one of your best players.
Oh, this is embarrassing. Just signed a new contract. We rejected I think a bid in the region of £10 million from Porto.
Yeah. And
now every club knows that we wouldn't mind parting ways with him, so we won't get more than that £10 million, will we? I'd keep him, but apparently the powers that be not that impressed.
Not that great. Scotty Sinclair, though, contract option to terminate by the 30th of April 2019. Would you terminate it?
Do you know what? I think Celtic fans are really unfair on Scott Sinclair. No one has scored more goals in the treble-treble period than Scott Sinclair, and everyone still wants him out of the club. Admittedly not the best season.
And then looking at the number 9 area, Griffiths, ongoing situation.
Can you say his name properly, please? Griffiths.
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 Lee Griffiths. Griffiths. How do you say it? Lee
Griffiths.
Lee Griffiths.
The H is silent.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's just largely uninspiring, isn't it? It's embarrassing, actually. We've got 20 million sitting in the bank from Moussa Dembele. We've got 8 million from Leicester for Brendan Rodgers. And we haven't touched any of that. And we're after, you know, Perraud, who's on loan in the French second division. So, and they've not actually listed Nice down as his parent club. They've listed Paris. So hopefully, you know, we're not approaching them for a bid because it's the wrong club. Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, probably just another season of mediocrity.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a classic small club mentality. This fake big club mentality that Celtic have got. Moving on to the good, the bad and the ugly. The good this week comes from Valencia, who have this week placed a bronze statue inside their stadium after the death of one of their biggest fans. His name was Vicente Navarro Aparicio. He actually went blind when he was 54, but still went to every single home game. He'd been going to home games for over 40 years, a legendary Valencia fan, and they have honoured him by putting a statue of him in his seat that will stay there forever. Moving on to the bad then, and this one is about a Manchester City fan who was caught at a match when he told his wife he would be working with another woman. His wife saw him on TV celebrating against Brighton. Now that already sounds pretty bad. To make matters worse, she was so pissed off, she sold his £45,000 worth of football memorabilia for a £5 on eBay. Buy it now. Absolutely outrageous. Shelley Cohen taking no shit. Paul Cohen taking all the shit. What a clown. The ugly this week is all about England fans who are just up to their old tricks, aren't they, over in Portugal. It's only a small percentage of them, in my opinion, but nevertheless, that small percentage giving England fans as a whole a terrible, terrible name. I mean, just look at some of these scenes. I'm not really sure what the FA can do more, to be honest. They've obviously released a campaign, they've released a statement condemning it. Just England fans, stop being arseholes abroad. So that's it for this week's episode of We Need to Talk. What did you make of the Celtic transfer fiasco? Let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, make sure you go and check out Continental Club on Euro Football Daily. That goes live in an hour. Thanks very much for watching. Au revoir.